There is one simple thing you can do for just 10 minutes after dinner tonight. No pills, no equipment, nothing to buy. That can cut the surge of sugar flooding your blood after that meal nearly in half. And almost no one over 60 has ever been told about it. It's free, it's gentle, you can do it in your own home. And the science behind it is remarkably solid. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what this one thing is, the perfect window of time to do it, and why it works even if you don't have diabetes. So stay with me, because the timing is the real secret, and most people who try this get it slightly wrong. Let's start with why this matters so much, especially as we get older. Every time you eat a meal, particularly one with bread, rice, potatoes, pasta, or anything sweet, your blood sugar rises. That's completely normal, and it happens to everyone. But after the age of 60, our bodies often handle that rise less smoothly than they once did. The sugar climbs higher, and it lingers longer than it should. Picture a roller coaster. A big meal sends your blood sugar shooting up to a sharp, high peak, and then, an hour or two later, it comes crashing back down. That crash has a name you'll recognize by how it feels. It's the sudden tiredness after a meal, the heavy eyelids, the foggy head. The urge to sink into the armchair or to reach for something sweet just to pick yourself back up. And here is the typical evening for most of us. We eat our largest meal of the day, then we settle straight into a comfortable chair to watch television for the rest of the night, barely moving a muscle. That combination, a big meal followed by hours of sitting, is just about the hardest thing you can ask your body to manage. Because over the months and years, those repeated sugar spikes quietly add strain to your blood vessels, and even to your brain. Smoother, steadier blood sugar isn't only about feeling better tonight, it's about protecting your health for the years ahead. Now here's the good news, and it really is wonderful news. You have a simple, gentle lever that can flatten that spike dramatically, and it takes less time than washing the dishes. One quick, honest note before we go on. This video is for education, not medical advice. If you have diabetes or take any medication for blood sugar, this habit can genuinely help you. But please talk to your doctor first and never change your medicine on your own. So here it is. The one thing is simply this. After your meal, go for a short, easy walk. That's it. Not a workout. Not a fast march. Just a gentle 10 to 15-minute stroll. Around the block, around the garden, or if the weather is poor, simply up and down your own hallway or a few slow laps around the living room. It sounds almost too simple to matter, but this small walk is one of the most powerful, best proven tricks there is for steadying your blood sugar. Studies have found it can reduce the spike after a meal by anywhere from 20 to 50%. In fact, research shows that a 10-minute walk after a meal can be just as effective at controlling your blood sugar as a much longer 30-minute walk taken later in the day. So why does something so easy work so well? The answer is beautifully simple. When you walk, your leg muscles wake up, and they immediately begin pulling sugar straight out of your bloodstream to burn as fuel. And here is the remarkable part. They do this without needing much insulin at all. Your muscles simply soak the sugar up directly. So instead of that sugar piling up in your blood and spiking, your busy working legs draw it down and put it to good use. In other words, you are turning your own legs into a sponge for blood sugar. And it works from the very first walk you take. You don't have to wait weeks to see a benefit. It begins that very evening with your very next meal. Now, here's the secret that most people miss, and it's all about timing. Your blood sugar usually rises and reaches its peak somewhere in the first 30 to 60 minutes after you finish eating. So the best moment to take your walk is soon after the meal, not 2 hours later when the spike has already come and gone. Finish your dinner, give yourself a few minutes to settle, and then go. Walking within that first hour is when you catch the wave and flatten it. Wait too long, and you've simply missed it. And of all your meals, dinner is the single most powerful one to target. And there are two clear reasons why. First, dinner is usually our largest and most carb-heavy meal of the day, so it tends to cause the biggest spike of all. 10 to 15 minutes is the sweet spot. Beyond about 20 minutes, you won't get much extra benefit for your blood sugar specifically, though a longer walk is, of course, still lovely for your heart. So this is genuinely doable for almost anyone. 10 easy minutes soon after dinner. That is the whole habit. Quick pause. If you'd like more simple, science-backed habits like this one, small things that make a real difference to how you feel, take 1 second and subscribe. This channel is built to help our generation feel stronger and steadier, one easy habit at a time. Now, let me show you exactly what to do if a walk isn't possible for you. Because maybe walking isn't easy for you right now. Sore knees, bad weather, an unsteady day. If so, please don't worry. You still have very good options. Here is a wonderful fact. Even simply standing up after a meal, instead of sitting, lowers your blood sugar more than staying in your chair does. It's not quite as powerful as a walk, but it genuinely helps. So if nothing else, stand up and potter about the kitchen for a few minutes after you eat. You can also march gently in place while holding onto the counter, or do a few slow sit-to-stands from a sturdy chair, or rise up onto your toes, gentle calf raises, at the kitchen sink. Even tidying up, washing the dishes, or putting things away all count. The goal is exactly the same, to gently move your muscles in that first hour so they soak up the sugar instead of letting it pool. So the single worst thing you can do for your blood sugar after dinner is to sink straight down into the armchair. Do anything but that, and you're already winning. Now, if you'd like to make this even more powerful, here's a simple bonus tip you can stack right on top. It's the order in which you eat your meal. When you eat your vegetables and your protein first, the salad, the greens, the meat, or the fish, and save the starchy, sugary parts of the meal for last, your blood sugar rises far more gently. It's the very same meal, the very same food, just eaten in a different order. And combined with your after-dinner walk, you can turn what would have been a big sugar spike into a small, gentle bump. But here is the single most important thing I can tell you. The secret that turns all of this from a nice idea into a real change in your health. Consistency beats intensity, every single time. A gentle 10-minute walk after dinner, done most nights, will do far more for you than one exhausting hour of exercise once a week. And there's a simple reason the repetition matters so much. Each walk only helps the meal it follows. The benefit doesn't carry over to the next day. So the magic is entirely in the routine. Tonight's walk helps tonight's dinner. Tomorrow's walk helps tomorrow's. And if you do this after every meal, even just a few minutes after breakfast and lunch too, the effect adds up beautifully over the weeks, gently lowering your long-term blood sugar. But please don't feel that you must do all three. If you only ever manage one walk a day, make it the one after dinner. Start there. One habit, one meal. And here's the part that surprises people the most. You do not need to have diabetes to benefit from any of this. Steadier blood sugar means steadier energy through the day. Fewer afternoon slumps, less of that heavy, sleepy feeling after a big meal, and even a calmer, more even mood. This is simply a kinder, gentler way to treat your body, at absolutely any age. Now, a few honest words of caution before we finish. If you take medication for your blood sugar, and especially if you take insulin, walking can lower it further, which is usually a good thing. But it means you should talk with your doctor first. And learn the signs of your sugar dropping too low so that you can walk safely. And if you have any heart problems or any other serious health condition, please check with your doctor about the right kind of activity for you. This habit is meant to support your health and your treatment, never to replace the medicine or the advice that your doctor gives you. So let's bring it all together. After your meal, and after dinner most of all, take a gentle 10 to 15-minute walk soon after you finish eating within that first hour. Your leg muscles will soak up the sugar before it can spike, smoothing out that roller coaster into a gentle little hill. If walking isn't possible, even standing and moving about helps. And consistency, doing it most nights, is what makes the real, lasting difference. So here is my challenge to you tonight. Comment the word if you are going to try this after your dinner this evening. I read every single comment, and seeing how many of us commit to it together genuinely keeps me going. And your comment just might be the gentle nudge that gets someone else up off the sofa. Then subscribe, so the next simple health habit finds its way to you. And share this with someone you love who always feels sleepy after their meals. because this is exactly the kind of tip that's only useful when it's passed along. And watch this next, because there's a simple, natural way to support healthy blood pressure that the science strongly backs, and it pairs perfectly with what you just learned today. I'll see you there. This video was for general education only and is not medical advice. If you have diabetes, heart concerns, or take any medication, please speak with your doctor before changing your routine.